And everybody wants to shit on Jalen Mills.
Yes,
but let me tell you something.
I got some numbers.
I didn't see one time last year.
I got some numbers on Jalen Mills.
Where a quarterback took a 5-step drop off the play action, off a semi-boot roll on this Eagles defense. The only time you saw shots downfield were the sluggos by the Giants. You never saw these quarterbacks take these deep drops last year. So they're taking deeper drops, and when you take the deeper drops, it's going to expose your secondary. Jalen Mills was never that great. He was always an average corner.
Sure,
this isn't anything
7th round
new.
selection, but
this isn't anything.
Oh well, but he's playing, but he's not playing up to the level that we were used to last year.
And
he's not playing up to his
part
potential.
of that is the defensive line, because the quarterbacks are getting all day to throw, and then you have this Rodney McLeod situation where Corey Graham screwed up on a play on Sunday. So I mean, Corey Graham played worse than Jalen Mills.
Yeah, but you don't. Well, like I said, Jalen Mills is not playing to the level that we expected.
Yeah, he could play better, but a lot of those plays too, you end up, especially with our TV view, not the all 22 or being in the stadium. We see Mariota drop back, like you say, have some time, air it out. You just see it scan by the screen, and all you see is a receiver with Jalen Mills trailing.
And he's wide open.
Yeah, and he's wide open. So, I mean, of course, you just go to the guy that's nearest. And I'm not saying that Jalen Mills has been playing well at all, but there's more to it. There's the defensive line. There's the safety help. I'm not picking out one particular play. But overall, the two things, punting the ball all the way down inside the 5, inside the 10, and then having Tennessee drive the entire length of the field.
Brutal.
It's brutal. And then the same thing in overtime. You just got to get a stop. You got to get a stop. Didn't they convert 3 4th downs on that last drive?
They did. Yep.
What the hell is that?
Yeah, it's
and a 4th and 15.
And it was a 4th and 15, right? It's great. This is the game.
The infamous sticks defense, Jim Schwartz, that usually works. But you got a guy in Corey Graham that just I don't know what he was
All right, well,
thinking.
let me hit you off with this. This is from Mike Castelloni, who does Pro Football Focus. Actually did some stuff for us as well. Phil Yemster.
DJ Mike, I know him. I was in the Shore House with him.
Oh, word?
Yeah, back in the Avalon days. Right?
Okay, good dude.
He worked at the Sports Network.
27 targets against Jalen Mills. 20 catches for 276 yards, 1 touchdown, and a QB passer rating of 118.8. For context, I like this. Let's look at Ronald Darby and let's look at Sidney Jones. Darby's been targeted 38 times, QB rating of 86.2. Sidney, 85.2. So that just tells you everything you need to know right there. Defenses are looking at Jalen Mills and saying he is a weak spot. Let's go after him.
Do they have a Ronald Darby tackle stat up there for that? I mean,
Actually, I do.
Okay, he's good. The problem with Ronald Darby, if anyone catches it, they're off to the races.
I do actually. I do have the. I do have the season totals, and Ronald Darby right now, as we speak, is number 2 on the defense for solo tackles.
Oh my gosh, that's
behind
impossible.
Jordan Hicks at 25. Ronald Darby is 23. Next guy on the list is Malcolm Jenkins with 15.
We got to go to the Pro Football Focus stats now for the tackle efficiency rating.
Yeah. We need a tackle efficiency rating.
Look, all I'm saying is, Baldy told me a long time ago to bring it back to that. Your cornerbacks, there's 9 other players that can make the tackles on the field. My corners are out there to cover. Jalen Mills ain't doing it. Ronald Darby, in my opinion, is damn good at what he does. I am fine with what Ronald Darby brings to the table. I get it. You got to tackle if it's there, all that. I'm not trying to, the one opportunity that everyone's speaking about. I get it. But, when it comes down to it, cover is what I'm looking for those guys.
And obviously he's taken strides this season, coming off that injury from last year.
True, very true. With that being said, and the Titans, again, you guys still haven't answered the question. How the hell did we lose that game? I still have no idea.
Well, when you got a 4th and 15, you play the sticks coverage, and you leave the open vacancy open, you're going to lose the football game. It's just a combination of just so many things. I mean, and going back to the offensive line, too, it's like you're calling all these pass plays, and what's killing these drives? Holding penalties.
True.
I mean, how many holds are they going to commit in these games? I mean, you're driving down the field, and then it's like 1st and 10 from the 40, and then it's holding penalty. Right. And then your drive is done. You're punting.
We have we're watching the second video. This is the second 4th down conversion. This is the out of the backfield. I forget who he hit.
Is that the one?
It's Mariota, and then it's the block in the back by Hicks. Yeah. Hicks would have not have made that tackle, but That was a block in the back as far as I'm concerned. And that would have been pushing it back. That would have been a 4th down and, spot foul.
25,
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, it would have been crazy.
I thought he hit him from the side, though.
Yeah, it was close. It was very, very close. And I thought a flag was coming, but it didn't come.
But here's what I will say. It should not be used as an
I
excuse,
agree.
obviously,
I agree.
because they didn't deserve to win or tie.
Well,
Hold
I'm
on.
going Skittles right
They
here.
didn't deserve to win that game. They didn't win the game. I get that.
They did not win it.
But you don't mean to tell you mean like that's what I'm saying. I had like a couple people telling me like the Eagles just aren't good and they're not good. Like they got some things they need to figure out. Hold up.
Yeah.
Dude,
Exactly.
They should have won
Jigsaw
that
over
game.
here. They should have won that game. They
should've
had the
won
game.
that
They
game.
should have won, but they didn't deserve to win.
No,
there,
well,
there,
they
there
didn't
are
deserve to win 'cause they didn't
there
make
are
the-
differences.
They didn't deserve to win. I get what you're saying, Jigsaw over here. They didn't deserve to win because they didn't make the plays at the end of the game that would have given them the win. They had the lead. They should have held them at that first drive, and they should have held them in overtime. They didn't,
Yeah.
and they lose. But they don't deserve to win the game because the other team scored more points.
And the other
but
thing,
hold up for a second,
Yeah,
though.
go ahead.
I'm not happy. I'm not, all the disclaimers. It's not good. There's shit to work out. But they lost in overtime on the road to a playoff team that they don't see that often. That doesn't mean, that's fine.
God, Titans made the playoffs last year. I'm like, wait, the Titans are going to make the playoffs this year?
They're leading their division right
Like,
now.
3-1.
They're
Yes.
like a 9-7-ish. Yeah.
Who else is in that division besides
Jacksonville.
Indianapolis,
You
and
got
Houston?
And Houston.
Yeah. So
Wow, Houston's really shit in the bed, but they just beat the Colts. Shout out Frank Reich.
yeah,
I don't know,
know.
man. You got to
get aggressive.
You gotta
this is what I was thinking actually today, and this is this could be tell me I'm a complete idiot, but is it possible for them to out of these next 4 games here, can they win all 4 of them? Can they win this Sunday at home?
It's a tough stretch.
Okay.
I don't
they?
know if they win all 4. I think
they go 3-1?
They go 3-1.
So what is
Okay,
it?
so they're 5-3?
It's the Vikings.
Then it's the Giants and the
Giants,
quick
they play
turnaround.
Jacksonville.
Panthers, and then Jacksonville,
And then Jacksonville.
London.
London.
Yeah.
and
Those
then a
4.
break.
That's a tough stretch.
It is.
So if they go 3-1, they're 5-3, with 5 games left against their division.
Yeah.
And tough games in New Orleans and Rams, and then probably a stinker Houston team. So okay, if they go 3-1, they're 5-3. All right, and then
No, I'm with you.
it's kind of like this is kind of. It sucks when you're in the moment, but it's like, man, they got to just be good by November, because by November that's when we have 5 against the division, and they just need to be peaking up. This isn't any fun here. It's no good.
I think we're all expecting them to peak at some point in November. It's just not happening now.
I'm not
And
buying. Look, I think this team has a lot to improve on. I know they do. It's not what we were used to seeing last year when they won the Super Bowl and everything was breaking right for them. I get that, but I'm not buying that this team is not a good football team. I'm not.
Oh, yeah.
I don't buy that at all.
buying
No,
that.
they just simply need to play better. It just goes back to that.
There is zero panic if they do lose to the Vikings, which is very possible this weekend. If they do lose to the
it's definitely
Vikings,
possible.
then I'm going to start feeling a little differently, because then you're starting to look at the mathematics of the season.
That's right.
But where I'm at right now, they're coming back home where they absolutely play different. They play better. They raise their level on the defensive side. So I expect them to win against the Minnesota Vikings.
Minnesota's offensive line is just playing like crap, and maybe that's a way to get our defensive line back in. I totally agree. I think with this Birds team, it's really hard to say we have to quote unquote wait for people to get healthy when you're the defending champs and you got a target on your back. Remember, was it embrace the target?
Who else is going to get healthy?
But you know what about that?
Well, we've been saying that.
Oh, God,
that's
yeah.
bullshit now, because Carson Wentz is back.
Yeah. I
Alshon
agree.
Jeffrey looked great.
Yeah, he looked great.
It comes back to the line. The line needs to get going. If
Yeah.
the line gets going, the offense is going to get opened up, and everything's going to be fine.
That's right.
As I'm pulling up that play, Adrian, that you were referencing earlier, when Jason Peters just got shoved.
Yeah.
And it's,
Right into his knee.
just
too.
can't have that. That's where my focus is. And for the people out there, I'm going to check your Facebook comments. I see a lot of you guys checking in. Greatly appreciate that. I'm sure Jigsaw is sharing us. We greatly appreciate that. If you're just tuning in, Adrian Fedke, Mike Diaz, Sean Brace, PhillyAmster.com, PI Live.